Good morning, my dear, and welcome. Today we are starting a video series. This is going to be about the four horsemen. It's going to end up being 6 videos with this one included, and then we'll wrap one up at the end. We'll have a little bit of a closing ceremony, but we're talking about the four horsemen. We're talking about Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. I'm going to give some validation, astrological validation, as to why it feels like whatever I'm trying to build is not building. Whatever I'm trying to create is just not working. We can never go back to our old ways. This is one of the greatest astrological opportunities, the most powerful astrological shift that we've had in our lifetime, in a very, very, very long time. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what you can expect from this series. Sybil's playing all over the place. I'm sure you can hear her. I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I invite you to hit the notification bell, so we're going to get one video a week and really break down these four horsemen and how we can integrate this energy into our lives. I get it. I come from corporate. I come from leadership. I've been, training teams. I've been in service for my entire life. And it was in 2020 that I started channeling New Earth frequencies so I can understand how woo astrology can be. And I'm here to make sense of it for you. I'm here to offer you very practical, grounded tools, clarity tools that can unlock codes within you. I know that might seem a little bit out there, but just stay with me here. I'm here to help you make sense of this. We have such an opportunity to work with these energies, to work with these planets. Just like you prep before a meeting, you stretch before a workout, you rest in your resties, preparing yourself to work with these energies instead of completely trying to swim upstream. This could also give incredible validation as to why everything's fallen apart, why everything feels like it's ending, and what we can build instead, and how patience is one of those keys for 2025 and going into 2026 that is just giving us this opportunity to sit with ourselves. It's giving us an opportunity to recognize that maybe what we're trying to build isn't so much what we want, but it's what we're trying to get out of. Full body chill. So it gives us that moment to say, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is this really what I want? Is this a paradigm? Is this a program? Is this lack? Is this to prove to someone a little like, look at me, look at me? Let's get into it. If you would like to grab your journal, your coffee or tea, I'm having a little bit of green tea matcha. Go grab your things, and we'll talk a little bit about just some general information as to what you can expect from this video series. So let's do it. I got a new wand today too. And I brought back the original grid. I love her. I saved her. She's so big and juicy and rambunctious. She's so Jupiter. And I think you could see it a little bit better too. So okay, let's talk generally. Why can we never go back, Sarah? What do you mean we can never go back? Like, yes, something in my life is not working. Yes, there's something that I've been trying to build, but why can we never go back? This is one of the greatest astrological shifts that we've had in our lifetime, whereas these 4 heavy-hitting planets, granted, Pluto is already in Aquarius. We understand what that means. We've talked about it. We've integrated it. You know what that means. I don't have to explain that to you. But Saturn, here we go. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These are the 4 horsemen that we're going to be talking about in this series. Jupiter, I'm recording this on the 11th. I think I'm going to post it today. Goes retrograde today in the sign of Cancer. It's going to be retrograde until March of next year. Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus have all retrograded back into either Pisces or Taurus energy. And this is the general wheel. Starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. So you can find where this is falling in your chart. We'll talk a little bit more in the deep dives as we get going. But I want you just to look at this generally. Whereas these boulders, Jupiter, not so much. Jupiter just goes through each sign every year. But these are boulders. These are tankers that move so slowly. So for all of them to be changing signs within a short period of time is as auspicious and as life-changing and as like collective as possible. This isn't just about you or me. This is about us as a human collective going through a massive awakening, a massive shift. So we're going to break down in each video key dates that we can look at. Astrology is literally just math, history, and patterns. So we can look back at the last transit, what was coming up for us, how we want to really cycle up and use this energy, and how I want to fully integrate this as well, what I want to build. There's one other key component that I want to offer for us that we've talked about at length on the channel, but if you're new here, I want to offer this to you. 2025 is a universal 9 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. Endings upon endings upon endings, about karmic cycles finishing up, past life cycles finishing up, ancestral cycles, parental issues, sibling issues, relationship things, where I'm living, the house is falling apart, everything is ending. Friendships have been ending. Real, deep, profound relationships have been closing. Maybe to a version of yourself as well. This is very connected to the nodes. I did not put them down, but the North Node is in Pisces and the South Node is in Virgo. Let me get them, hold on. The North Node, the head of the dragon, what we're going into collectively, and the South Node, karmic past life patterns, what we're releasing. North Node in the sign of soul purpose, healing closures and coming home. Closures. Where we're going is in the house of closures. And the South Node is in the house of everyday life, health, and practical service. So it might feel like every day something new is breaking down, or this thing that you've been wanting. And definitely, we'll talk about this in each individual video, but to prepare, I would love for you to look at, like, what does this mean for me, Sarah? Check to where the North Node is falling in your chart. Usually, for past seasons of life, for many years in my life, when the North Node entered a certain sign or a certain house, things happen right quick. But the North Node for me right now, it's like this laughable, it's not coming together, it is not working, it is just not doing what it is that I wanted to do, it's not what I expected, but the South Node is pretty expressive. It's pretty expressive. Since 2025 is a universal 9 year, 2026 is a universal 1 year. Fresh starts, new beginnings for all of us as a human collective. I referenced this in one of my other videos in the past, and I would love to offer this to you as well, which is what personal year are you in? And utilize that energy with the universal year that we're in as a collective. What do you mean by that, Sarah? So I was born on March 23rd. So if I add up 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, March 23rd, 2025, I get a number 8. So I'm in a personal 8 year from now until my birthday next year in a universal 9 year. So when I ask myself, like, why is nothing happening? Usually an 8 year is a great thing. Why are things breaking down? Why are things actually ending? When I put those two lenses, we speak in lenses around here, in front of myself, I'm like, oh, that tracks. Endings of old money mindsets, old money issues. The relationship that I have with money is evolving and becoming the cleanest, healthiest relationship that I've ever had. So when I look to January of 2026, from January to March, I'm like, oh, you're in an 8 year in a universal 1 year. That's quick things happening. That's beautiful things happening. So it gives me the validation to recognize that since we live in a third dimensional matrix, it's created with our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions, yes, but it's really just like consciousness and math had a baby, and it's this paradigm that we're in. Why am I trying to work against the numbers? Why am I trying to be so emotional about numbers? It's the same thing when you find a healthy relationship with money, where you're like, if I take my emotions out of it, it's just math. Like it's very practical. I hope this is making sense for you. It's very practical when we look at it, and it doesn't have to be so woo. Just say, okay, what year am I in? And look into that. Look into like what a universal or a personal 1 all the way to 9. What does that mean for me? And then look at it with the lens of a universal 9 year. So instead of trying to say, make it work, make it work, make it work. Why are you trying to build a house on sand? Why are you trying to build a house on the beach? Tide's going to come in. That has a lot to do with Neptune being in Pisces as well. There's a lot of water energy, and just like, I'll write a note to share some stories about that. Okay, Sarah, how is this series going to help me personally? Like, what am I getting out of this? I'm going to show you how to work with this energy. I'm going to break down the energy so you can understand it. Break down each individual planet so you can say, okay, I understand where this is falling in my chart. Or we can just use the general wheel and we can just look at the main themes of this. It'll make sense of a little bit about what you're in. It can really show you some dates that you can work with moving forward to say, okay, I know where I'm going to be at this time. I know where the energies are going to be at that time. Regardless of what you think of the person, you know, one of my favorite astrological quotes was, millionaires don't follow astrology, but billionaires do. It was a JP Morgan quote. And it is very true. You know, there was a time in this world that doctors had to have a foundational understanding of astrology so they weren't performing surgeries when it wasn't advantageous for the chart. We're in a Mercury retrograde right now, so we're not signing big deals. We're not making big deals. Even Jupiter going retrograde on an 11/11 day. We're not supposed to, I saw a post on Threads that encompassed it so perfectly, which is like, yes, that's, you know, an auspicious number day. That's beautiful. But Jupiter is our gregarious, abundant planet. Gluttony is a real thing. Overdoing it is a real thing. So really asking ourselves, Jupiter in the house of home and safety in my pocket of the world, do I want this for myself or am I trying to be flashy? It's so okay. If you're new around here, I want you to have a bougie life. I want you kept. I want 2 extra zeros after the end of your paycheck. Like, I want you to have a comfy life. But are you doing it to show off, or are you doing it because you just want a comfortable life? Those are 2 wildly different energies. So I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to make it as accessible and as grounded and as clear as I possibly can. I'm excited for this series. In 2026, Jupiter's going to be in Leo. Uranus is going to be fully in Gemini. Neptune and Saturn, first they conjunct at the Aries degree, at the 0 point, the very first degree of the zodiac. That is spark plug energy. That is fresh start energy. That happens in February of 2026. Like, it's so auspicious. It can't even be encompassed in one video. It's so beautiful and powerful. And I use the term sometimes biblical. You know, it's I guess having labeled the entire series, the 4 Horsemen series, I can say biblical, but not in the traditional sense. It means so much that it's written, that we knew as souls coming to Earth that this was going to be the astrology. I can pull up the chart the day you were born. It is based on the day you were born, or the chart of your business, the chart of your company, the chart of your country, whatever you'd like to use. And I can say, yeah, this is exactly what was going to be going on end of year 2025. This is exactly what's going to be happening. We overlay the transiting planets over your natal chart. So we knew this energy was coming. But we have to take a moment, and that's what this series is really here for, to step back and view it in an objective way. When we're in it, when we're in the story, we can't see things clearly. We get so emotionally attached to it. I want this to work. I want this to happen. I want to have the thing. But when we look at it from above and we be strategic with our business propositions, we're strategic with our life, and we're strategic with our moves, life kind of works out a lot better. Why not flow with the current instead of trying to swim upstream constantly? Why not find peace and surrender to say, oh, the universe has got my back, instead of struggling and judging yourself for what's not working? It's okay if something is falling apart right now. Let it. We're going to talk about what to build instead. I'm so excited to share this series with you. I'm so excited for the next few weeks. So like I said, it's going to be 4 videos, but 6 in total, including this one. So please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you get an idea of when this is all coming. And ask any questions as we go. I'm so excited to share this with you. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next video.